Thank you so much for clicking on my video and welcome to my channel, Lovely Moments Creating. My name is Jenny and I create budget-friendly decor that's easy to do. As you can see, I'm going to be using this decorative rope from the Dollar Tree to create some simple DIYs. Now for the first DIY, I will be using 2 rows of this rope, and what I'm going to do is pair it with a party bowl out of the party section of the Dollar Tree. They do have a 2-pack of bowls, and I'm going to be using one to start off this DIY. I want to say I hope everyone have had a fantastic week. We have made it to Friday. I'm super duper excited for the weekend. I don't have much to do, and that's why I'm excited. I get to get some rest. And I also want to say thank you all so much for everyone who's tuning in, watching my videos, hitting the like button, leaving comments. I am truly grateful for each and every one of you. So as you can see, I'm just pulling the tags because it's a 2-pack and I'm only going to be using one. And what I'm going to do is start from the bottom of the bowl, attaching this rope. And what I'm going to do is use some hot glue, and I'm just going to put a dab in the middle of the bottom, and I'm going to start rolling this around so that I can cover the bottom first, and then I'll start wrapping it around the bowl itself. As you can see, it's really simple. I just go around adding hot glue here and there as needed. Now I'm going to be doing something else with this besides just attaching a rope to it, but if you just wrap this bowl in this decorative rope, I think it'd be a really cute trinket bowl, or maybe like a flower bowl. There's been many DIYs I've seen where this decorative rope, all colors, have been used to wrap jars and vases and things like that. And it's really a quick and easy way to upscale some items if you like that style of decor. So as you can see, it's easy now for me to continue wrapping around this rope, adding a little hot glue here and there. So I also want to mention the Dollar Tree has went up. Most of the items are going to $1.75 in my area. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about that? I mean, some of the items are better. They have better selections, and so some items may be worth the $1.75. So I don't know. I would like to know what you all think. Let me know in the comment section below. So this is a continue. So that's one whole row of the rope, and now I'm going in with the second rope. And so I actually don't use the 2 full rows, but I did use like maybe 1 row of rope and a half. And so I'm just going to continue going around this. I want to make sure that I go all the way to the rim. I don't want any of the plastic bowl to show. These DIYs in today's video is very simple, very easy to do, and I really do like how they all turned out. As you can see, I'm going around even to the edge of this bow. I don't want the edge of the plastic to show either. I want this bow to be completely covered, because what I am creating is a simple little Dollar Tree lamp, and this is going to be the shade for that lamp. I thought this is a really cool way to create a little night light lamp, and I love the color of this rope, but I think it would be really nice if you also did the dark color of the nautical rope. And so as you can see, I'm just clipping off the excess, and then what I'm going to do is add some hot glue to that piece so that I can blend it in to the previous rope. So I sort of cut it on a slant a little bit so that I can push that in. Now I'm going to be using this insert from this jar from the Dollar Tree. They always have these little lantern jars, and I'm just going to be using this black piece here, pairing it with one of these candle holders from the Dollar Tree. As you can see, I flipped it over, and what I'm going to do is use some hot glue to attach this to that candle holder. Once I get that complete, this is pretty much the base of my lamp. And then I have one of these little lights from the Dollar Tree. Those do come in the 2-pack. You can use any small little light that you have. The Dollar Tree have plenty different styles. And I'm just going to turn it on and add it right in the inside. And this is how it looks. All I'm going to do is take the shade because it fits perfect and lays flat right on top. And there's my cute little nightlight lamp. I did add it to my desk where my computer is, and I think it is absolutely adorable. Now for my next DIY, I'm going to be using some more of this rope, of course. I do use, I believe, a roll and a half. Now, where you see me cutting off that little plastic piece, it's best to just pull off that little plastic so you can save the rope. But of course, I just clipped off the little end. And then I have this vase from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to start attaching the rope to this vase. We all seen there's plenty of times where we add the rope to the vase, and so that's what I'm going to start off with this DIY first, wrapping it around. Now as you can see, I did start from the neck of this vase, but I do later on off camera go and add a row around the remaining glass at the top because I didn't want any of the glass to show. I don't know why I started so far down, but I did fix that and I went in with the piece at the top. So as you can see, I'm just going around with the first row, and then I'm going to take some hot glue to tack that down, just making sure that I have everything pushed together so there won't be any gaps in between the rope. So once I tack that down, what I'm going to do is go in with a second row of that rope, and I'm going to continue to wrap it around, starting off where I finished with that previous rope. And I'm just going to push things in so that it can blend in and almost look seamless. And so now I'm just going to continue wrapping this around until I get all the way to the bottom. As you can also see, I'm not adding hot glue as I go. I sort of wrap it a few times and then go in with some hot glue. This just makes for an easier process, and then if you wanted to change this up, it will also make it pretty easy to pull this rope off because you didn't add so much hot glue. So as you can see, I just usually add a little hot glue only as needed. So when you get closer to the bottom, I do have to add more spots of hot glue so it won't unravel. And so I'm just going to keep going until I finish off. So I thought I used a row and a half, but as I see, I did use 2 full rows of this rope from the Dollar Tree to complete this vase. So once I get that complete, I wanted something really high-end looking, so I was excited that the Dollar Tree had these decorative balls for $1.25. I recently just started seeing these in my Dollar Tree, and so I thought this would be cute for a lid. And so what I'm going to do is use this for the top, and what I end up doing was filling this with cotton balls. And as you can see, I did go around the rim with it, and I put it on my nightstand, and I absolutely love the way this looked. I feel like the decorative ball sort of elevated this piece. So this next piece is a little different. I'm using one of these wood rounds from the Dollar Tree. I didn't see the plain wood rounds. This one has like a pumpkin on the other side, but I'm just going to use this side for it because the pumpkin pieces are sort of raised up, and I didn't want to raise up the rope. Now this piece is a little different as I wanted to create some type of wall art. So I am starting off with the larger version of this rope, and it's a little darker too. This is more of a beige color, and then there's another lighter color like an ivory color. I really never noticed that the Dollar Tree colors of this particular rope was different shades, and until I start picking up different rows of it. So this is more of a cream color. and it's thicker than the other rope that I used in the previous DIY. You see what I'm doing? I'm sort of just going around all the way to the rim because I didn't want anything to show, and I'm making sure that it's in a circle. So you see me moving the rope around, making sure that everything is neat. And so now I'm going to go around. Now I did the first row and going around with the second row, adding hot glue right up against the previous so that I can push this rope up against the previous rope and don't have any gaps. Um, I like this piece. I am going to recreate this a little different. This was my first try at trying to be artistic and come up with like a design, but after completing this I realized that there was another design that I wanted to create. But I love the concept of this, and I am going to style this on the wall, but I love the ideal of this. I do want to do this but in a picture frame form. And so what I'm going to do is now go in. That was one full row of rope. As you can see, I'm now connecting the second row, but instead of going around, I go backwards, as you can see, because now I'm going to start being creative. Just trying to create a design with this rope to create like an art piece. And so then I'm going to continue on a little bit, and then I bring in some of that other nautical rope, the darker color, to blend in some different colors. So I'm just going around, as you can see, pushing the previous rope up against pushing the rope up against the previous rope. I don't know what I was saying. And adding hot glue. Right here you see me kind of go backwards again. So this is actually a fun piece to create because there's no wrong way. You can just add this rope any form you want to create some kind of design. And so I'm just making sure that I push the rope up together so that it won't be any gaps and you won't see any of the wood pieces. So once I get all of this pushed up and make sure I have it all close together, I'll bring in the other color rope. And this is also a very smaller version, and I like that this was a smaller version because it did bring in a little bit more character. So as you can see, I'm just pushing it in the corner, making sure it stays, and I'm just sort of going around the same way that I did the previous rope. As you can see, I didn't cut off that because I'm going to be going back and forth. There's no wrong way, there's no right way. Just with this project, I think it's about just having fun and creating some kind of cool artwork out of these different ropes to add to your wall. But I think I do want to do this inside of a picture frame, which I may do that when I do my picture frame video, because I do have that coming up soon where I'm going to be creating some DIYs using Dollar Tree picture frames. So as you can see, I'm flipping it over and I'm just going to continue this concept. But when I got to the middle, I did have a lighter version of that first rope, as you can see, and I added that right in the center, used some hot glue to tack that down, and that is it. I really do like the concept of this, and I am going to create another one of these. This was my first try at it, but I absolutely love it, and I did hang it on the wall. And if you're not new to my channel, you know I am going to create a coaster. And so as you can see, I'm starting off with this thicker rope and creating a circle. And so I have created, and I believe on this channel I've created coasters out of rope before. This was just a little different. As you can see, I'm going in with that other color rope, pushing it in, and I'm going to start wrapping that around. I am going to be alternating rope. So as you see, I added it and I'm going to roll this around, secure it with some hot glue, and then now I'm alternating going with the other rope And I'm just going to kind of continue that pattern, as you can see, until I get to the desired size that I want my coaster to be. And so now I'm just adding hot glue and going around with the other rope. This is so simple. I really do love how this turned out. I love the style of this. I only created one, but I'm going to create some more, probably off camera, or maybe I add in a video, but doing some different styles, you know, because I love the concept of the two different colors. So now I'm just clipping off the excess, and then I'm going to tack that down with some hot glue, and then now come around and finish off that circle with the other decorative rope. And then once I get that secured and tacked down, I'm just going to clip off the excess and make sure that I add some glue and blend that in as best as I can. Now once I get that complete, I do want to go in with some Mod Podge and completely go over this front and back to seal this in, protect it, and just give it a nice coating. And I absolutely am glad that I did that. I love how this turned out. Once I get it covered in the Mod Podge and it dries, that will be it for this one. Really simple, but I think this is just really cute, and I am definitely going to be creating my sister a set of 4. These are absolutely adorable. Thank you all so much for clicking on my video. I hope you enjoyed this video just as much as I did. If so, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, join the family by hitting that subscribe button. I would love to have you here. As always, let me know in the comment section below which one of these DIYs were your favorite. And until next time, my sweet friends, stay safe so that I can see you in the next video.